All right, so today is lesson 2-1, day 2, which is finding the percent of a number. So first it says, what is 50% of 10? So the problem would be if Mrs. Walsh has 10 apples and gave Mrs. Crow 50% of them, how many apples does Mrs. Crow have? Create an expression using a decimal and a fraction. So for our decimal, we're going to have 50% of 10. So for 50%, we're going to change that into our decimal. So we're going to have our decimal point. Remember, 2 spots to the left. So our new decimal is 0.5. The word of means multiplication, so times 10. If you go ahead and put this in your calculator, 50% of 10 would equal 5. Okay, so for our fraction version, we're going to do the same problem, but converting 50% into a fraction. So remember, a percent is always out of 100. So we're going to have 50 over 100. You could go ahead and simplify this all the way down to 1/2. You can divide both the top and the bottom by 50. So you would have 1/2. Remember, the word of means multiply, and then times 10 over 1. Go ahead and multiply straight across, and we get 10 over 2. And when you simplify, you would get 5. So as you can see, both our decimal and our fraction, whichever way we solve, we still get the exact same answer. So for the next part, it says solve for the following problems using a decimal and a fraction. As you can see, it's the same on both sides. So you're going to want to make sure that you get the same answer. So for 25% of 80, you're going to go ahead and do 0.25. Of means multiply, and 80. For those of you that don't know how I got 0.25, I have my decimal point and I'm moving it 2 spots to the left. So once I go ahead and multiply 0.25 times 80 in your calculator, you're going to go ahead and get 20. Okay, then for our fraction, we have 25%. Remember, a percent is out of 100. We can go ahead and simplify this to 1/4. So I'm going to divide both the top and the bottom by 25. So now I have 1/4, because that was my percent that I've now changed to a fraction, of means multiply, and then times 80 over 1. Once I do that, I'm going to multiply straight across, so I have 80 over 4, and that's going to still get me 20. Okay. For the rest of the problems, I would like you to solve them on your own and check with the online Canvas key to make sure that you are doing them correctly. Thanks.